So now we can start, but first of all, I would like to welcome all of you for joining us in this presentation. Actually, I think this is the fifth presentation that presented by the members of the Arenina Animal Production Network. And actually, if I want to evaluate the presentations within this or the previous period, it is very informative, very lovely, and also members of the animal production network are very good. They have a good experience actually to give us more information related to their animal production research work or any projects that have been applied in their countries. Today, Engineer Yusuf ZENGİN from Turkey, he will present his presentation that related to the national small ruminant or sheep and goat breeding projects that applied in Turkey, and really appreciated, very appreciated your work, Engineer Yusuf. And let me introduce you to the audience, if you allow me. Yusuf ZENGİN is a researcher in Turkey. Actually, he born at 1989 in Turkey. He got his master degree from UK, United Kingdom, related to his specialty actually in biotechnology. And now he is a candidate for the PhD from Turkey University. So he works as a researcher in breeding and genetic department, which is a subunit in International Center for Livestock Research and Training. He starts his work at 2019. Now, Mr. ZENGİN, Yusuf, the floor is yours, and hopefully to have more interaction between the audience and you. Actually, we do need to know more information related to the Turkish breeding program, because as long as I know that they applied a very keen breeding program there in Turkey, and we will have a really very good benefits actually from their experience related to the sheep breeding and goat breeding that applied in the livestock sector on farm based actually breeding programs. So Dr. Yusuf, the floor is yours now, and you can start.
Thank you, Dr. Halil, for this good entry. First of all, I would like to say I am so happy to see all of you again. You are welcome added by Association of Agriculture Research Institutions in the Near East and North Africa today's the Animal Production Network meetings. Before starting my presentation, I would like to thank you, Dr. Halil, especially Isra and their team for these proactive meetings. Also, I would like to thank you so much, all participating scientists, for their precious times. My presentation is about National Sheep and Goat Breeding Project of Turkey, as I said, Dr. Halil. This project is coordinated and supported by General Director of Agricultural Research and Policy, which depends on Republic of Turkey Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry. I would like to share a table of contents for my presentation. The first part of my presentation will be about our institute. The second part is of presentation includes general information about National Sheep and Goat Breeding Project. The third part is about National Ankara Goat Breeding Project and finding from the project between 2016 and 2021 period. The final part is photos from project applications. Let's make a start our presentation with first part. This is my institute information, background information. Institute name is International Center for Livestock Research and Training. Working area, research and development activities on livestock area. We depend on General Director of Agricultural Research and Policy. Start operating date since 1930. There are 6 subunits. Let's continue the first subunit. It's biotechnology department. In this department, sporulation, in vivo and in vitro embryo production techniques, embryo freezing, gender determination, manipulation, and ovum pickup are studied. Also, embryos are frozen by direct transfer, vitrification, and slow freezing methods, and gender of both in vivo and in vitro embryos are identified. This lab has a production capacity 1,750 embryos. Also, it's approximately 700,000 doses of semen are frozen, stored, and transferred to 70 provinces per year in our university. The second part is breeding and genetic department. I am working on this department. Bioinformatic analysis, classical model and modern animal breeding techniques, quantitative genetics, molecular genetics, population genetics, functional genomics, wool and mohair research are among the study areas of the department. In addition, the conservation of farm animals' genetic resources at FAO standards and ensuring their sustainable use are among the duties of the department. We are seeing 3 active units and lab. They are namely genetics lab, cell culture lab, and gene bank, wool and mohair lab. The third subunit, breeding techniques department. These departments were animal production system, herd management, herd health, barns and mechanisms, breeding techniques for reducing greenhouse gas emission from animals, cost and benefit analysis in livestock. In the line, the national development plans, determination and application of research and development strategies for animal husbandry in the Institute's tax area regions. Development of intensive and extensive livestock model. Studies to determine the breeding levels on a regional basis. Developing breeding techniques that can be developed against temperature stress. The fourth one is feed and animal nutrition department. In this department, researchers focus on feed evaluation, animal nutrition, and nutritional metabolism. In addition, some researchers are conducted alternative rotate search, rotate storage, and forage process techniques. Also in this lab, rotate and concentrate feeds are analyzed by chemical in vitro in situ methods. HPLC, gas chromatography, atomic absorption spectrometer, UV visible spectrometer, polarimeter, and refractometer is available in the laboratory. The fifth one is production and operation department. Animal and plant production system, herd management, herd health, shelters and mechanisms, marketing and products evaluation are among the duties of this department. Cattle breeding branch, sheep goat breeding branch, chicken breeding branch, and agriculture branch are connected to this department. The last one is educational publishing department. Among the duties of this department are training of researchers and publishers, organizing scientific meetings, organizing congress, symposium and panels, and ensuring that research results are delivered to users. Let's see the institute journal. Our institute has a journal. It's named Lalahan Livestock Research Institute Journal, which has been published 2 issues per year since 1959. The journal has the studies of the national referred journal followed by Turkish Academic Network and Information Center in the field of livestock. The journal, which has a strong archive and knowledge in its field, will continue its publication in English in order to carry it to international standards. The journal will continue its publishing life as its new name, Livestock Studies. Let's continue with the second part of the presentation. It's National Sheep and Goat Breeding Project. This project is coordinated by Agriculture Research and Policy General Director. Its name shortly, TAGE. This project started in 2005 and still continues. It is a continuous project that repeats every 5 years. The purpose of this project. The first one, the improvement of sheep and goat rights in the hands of the public in terms of various yields. To protect domestic sheep and goats by developing. To reveal the genotype potentials in the region where native material are grown. Determination of morphological and physiological characters of domestic animals is another purpose. To increase the productivity characteristics of lambs and kids. To obtain highly productive fathers. Determination of breeding models. To create pure sheep and goat herds in the hands of the public. To increase the economic income of the breeders. Let's share the project partners. Agricultural Research and Policy General Director and Institute. These institutes depend to TAGE, and they are working livestock area. 29 different universities, 60 different directors of professional agriculture and forestry, 60 different breeding sheep and goat breeders associations, 5,127 sheep and goat breeders, 89 project leaders. These leaders from TAGE, institutes, and universities. 164 project technical staffs. These staffs are veterinarian and agricultural engineers outside institutes and universities. Let's see the total number of the sub-project and breeds in project. Our project continues in our 7 domestic goat breeds with 39 sub-projects, 21 domestic sheep breeds, and 139 sub-projects. You see our national sheep and goats. Financial support given to breeders within the scope of the project. I will give you information about this. Lambs and kids with weight records and birth and 90 days. To mother sheep and goats. To father ram and backs. Males used in breeding project. Males which is in project use also in breeding projects. Fathers candidates sold within the scope of the project. This table shows which category we get data. I would like to share you this. There are 4 categories: meat, breeds, dairy breeds, meat and dairy double purpose, and wool or mohair breeds. We get data, first three data, the same all of them. Birth weight, beginning weight, 6-month weight, the same. For meat and dairy breeds, we get meat control if there is a milking at farm. And another purpose, wool and mohair, soiled wool and mohair weights, wool or mohair parameters. These methods are diameter, length, stretch, and elasticity. This diagram shows how to apply this project. Our data is getting by project technical steps. Before the slide I shared with you, keeping of yield records and transfer the project leaders, and then project leaders evaluation and selection of yield records, and then transfer the TAGM, archiving records of these data in Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry. I would like to share herd types in this project. There are two types herds, base herds and elite herds. Base herds, males for mating are failure to the herd. It is not clear which mother to be mate with which father to be, but father candidates are mated with mother candidates in control way. The father and mother of the baby born are even in this method in elite herds. You see the photo, base herd and elite herd. Economic concrete outputs of the project. 90 days lamb sale weight, 3.7 kilogram weight gain per lamb. Total yearly red meat gain of 3,300 tons. Total unusual earning of 122 million Turkish liras. And the project has positive effective rate also, 5.9% increase, 41,000 head animal earnings, total unusual earnings of 61 million Turkish liras. Also positive effective survival power, 10.6% increase, 102,000 head young animal earnings, total unusual earning of 153 million Turkish liras. While its contribution to the Turkish economy is 336 million Turkish liras, the amount of support paid to farms involved in the project in 2020 is only 92 million Turkish liras. Farmers had 23% more profit after the project was included. Let's see the other outputs of the project. It had positive effect the establishment of the sheep and goat breeders associations. Quality breeding stock animals. Uncontrolled crossing is prevented. In this way, the production of the gene resources was ensured. It had positive effect on the production of the domestic gene research like Angara goats, which were decreasing last year before the start our project. And another output its academic, 32 MSc studies, 26 PhD studies, 36 national article studies, 24 international article studies, 62 national conference paper, 72 international conference paper. Let's continue the third part, Angara goat breeding project in the hands of the public. Angara goat is important cultural legacy and gene source that came to Anatolia with the Turks from Central Asia in the 12th century. Mohair is the Angara goat breeding is the most important product. Also, the other important product is meat. Farmers mainly breed this goat for these two products. However, another important factor is the bond of the law for the goat in breeding. It is very important to product increase breeding the existing potential for Angara goat in Turkey. It is the main purpose of this breeding project. Our institution's researchers continue in 5 sub-projects in the breeding of Angara goats in the hands of the public. Within the scope of this project are carried out approximately 30,000 head animals. I am the project leader of the first of these 5 projects. Within the scope of this project, there are a total of 5,998 head Angara goats. We support 5,703 as base herd and 295 as elite herd, 2016-2021. The fourth 5-year period of the project starts this year. Within the scope of this project, there are a total of 5,449 head Angara goats. 3,745 heads will be supported as a base herds and 1,704 as elite herds. According to project application, type of the born kids, mother and father, birth type, sex, birth weight, night, days, live weight, and some higher parameters are recorded. Let's continue finding last 5 findings. This findings. Table 1 shows dirty mohair yields and finances value. We get according to years, age, gender. You see on the table dirty mohair average between 1.61 and 1.78. Also, you see the age, this yield, 1.63 for 2H. Also, you see the maximum yield, 1.77 for 4H. 2.75 for male, 1.72 for female for this yield. Also, you see the male finances, 223 and 36.47 average finances. Let's continue second table. Table shows some fertility parameters. First parameters, breeding rate, the maximum is 2019, 71%. Minimum one is 66%. And second one is number of kids born per box. It's changed 0.70 and 0.74. And also the other one is number of kids and beginning per box. The minimum one is 0.59 and the maximum point is 0.72. And also you see number of the kids born per goat. The maximum one is 1.09 and minimum one is 2021 1.04. The other one is birth weight and daily body weight gain. You see the according to years, mother age, birth types, and gender. Maximum one is 2041 and minimum one is 2032. You see the according to mother age, birth weights, for birth weights, maximum birth weight is getting for age, mother age, 1.77. Minimum one is second mother age. Also, you see the birth types. Single one is 2.38. Twins one 2.34. And you see the male and female 2.45 and 2.30. This table is show 90 days leave weight. The maximum value is 12.34. Minimum value is 10.73. Also, you see the mother age, like for age, the maximum 12.23. The minimum value is for 2 mother age. Also, you see the single and twins, the 90-day leave weight. Nearly single one is 12 and then 11 and then for twins 11.02. Let's continue discussion part. From my project, Mohaya yield is between 1.67 and 1.78 kilograms, while the Mohaya yield in adult males was 2.75 kilograms. It was determined as 1.72 in females. The Mohaya yield also of 1-year-old young male and female animals 1.47 and 1.37 kilograms respectively. From the academic paper, you see also for these values, it's the Mohaya yield varies between 1.49 and 1.63 kilograms in first-year-old animals, and 2.48 and 3.67 kilograms in adults. It has been reported that it varies between 1.18 and 1.43 kilograms in 1-year-old animals, and 2.40 and 2.81 kilograms in adults in Anatolian agricultural enterprises. It can be said that age and gender have an effect on Mohair yield, which is important economic output from this project. Also, Mohair finances was determined as 36 point nearly micron for the adult males and 26 microns for young males. For academic purpose, the other academic studies, while Mohair finances varies between nearly 22 and 30 microns in 1-year-old. It varies between nearly 29 and 40 microns and in adults. Finally, the other one important parameters for textile industry. You see the other one, while the average birth weight is 2.45 kilograms for male kids, it is 2.3 kilograms for females. 90 days weight is 12.5 nearly kilograms for males and 11 kilograms for females. From the academic papers, birth weight was observed between 2.5 to 2.7 kilograms for males and 2.1 to 2.6 kilograms for females. 90 days weight is 11.5 kilograms for males and 9.8 kilograms for females. This is my references you see also, and we attend 3 different conferences. You see the first one is International Congress on Biological Health and Health Science. Conference is 2021. We did oral presentation, and another one international conference is second International Livestock Science Conference. Our institute did this conference, second one in this year. We did the poster presentation, and the other one is 15th National Animal Science Student Conference. This conference is in this year. We did oral presentation. Let's continue the last part from my presentation. It's image from the project. You see the birth records. After the kids' birth, we get the weight. And then we record birth type, single, twins, or more. The other one is 19 days records. You see on the picture. And then we getting another value Bull and Mohair records. You see on the picture. You see the other. And we get how much kilograms the dirty Mohair and or wool. And other pictures. You see our farmers like these farmers. I like so much these farmers because they have so age, but they are working in this project. The other one is VR and herds. and the other one, our kids, Angarabot kids, these are. We are doing meetings about project, and we give education to farms. You see on the picture. Thank you so much. Your precious time. Dr. Halil, my presentation is final. I am sorry it's so long.
Thank you. Actually, I would like to thank you, Dr. Yusuf. Actually, those information, your presentation actually is very informative, and your presentation is easy to flow. Actually, easy flow information is very nice, with very important actually outputs. And if you can imagine that this hard work that applied in the field, it cannot be summarized within just only 1 hour. I can understand this thing. And as you dealt with many breeds that found in Turkey, and also 70 breeds from goat, I can imagine the hard work that applied there in the mountainous areas and the prairie areas and the other things. So thank you very much for your representation, and the output are very nice. But I have one question, because before opening the floor for the audience to ask you, I want to ask just only for you mentioned that the sires, you can have a pedigree information related to the sires. You mentioned as a father of the rams, and also the father of the ewes, and also the bucks. How can you recognize or record the sires? You mentioned it as a father of the animals, and also you mentioned that you can classify the flocks into elite herds and also other. I don't know what's the criteria that has been used for this classification. In addition to that, you have a good phenotypic selection gain. What kind of selection process or method that's applied in your flocks, whether using the genetic selection or phenotypic selection? And this is my question so far. And now, if you want to answer those questions, you can go directly. And we may open the floor for the question, and you can go one by one for answering them. So the floor is open. Please raise your hand if you have any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Halil, for your good question. It's so important question for the show the purpose our project. This project, before the start, our national golden sheep breedings, our farmers did uncontrolled crossings, the different sheep and goats, and we do until now we do the phenotypic selection because we need to do this farms uncontrolled crossing, you know, and then now we start genomic selection. We are doing now just start. I think in this year we did the project, but not start after the some process, and then we will start inshallah, and we can do genotype and genotype values and getting genomic for genomic selection.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. But what about the financial support? I see that the government supports the farmers in the field. Okay, you mentioned that you have 92 million Turkish lira that supported to the farmers. Is it right?
Yes.
You give them as a benefit for sharing, or just only to what kind of support you give those farmers? do you give them? Have you give them in terms of forage or rations, or just only give them direct money, cash money, or what?
We support some conditions. First of all, direct money we will give. We give the direct money, but we want to get some value. I said in the presentation, kids and lambs birth weights. We want to see. And then 19 days live weight, we want to see. If we don't see this value, we don't give money. This is our condition to give the money.
So it's a conditional support, is it right?
Yeah.
Conditional.
And then we will give educational support. We look we will do health management in the public, in the farms. We give these supports like this.
Okay, thank you. Now the floor is open. Any question? Any hands raised? I cannot see the hands. Any question? The floor is open, please. If you have any question, anyone who wants to ask Dr. Yusuf, he can. The floor is open, please. You can directly talk. You can directly ask him.
Dr. Is there is no question? Maybe
Dr. Raad has a question now. Dr. Raad, the floor is open. Yeah, you can directly ask.
Thanks. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I appreciate all efforts provided by Arena, first of all, by Dr. Yusuf, which as I have met just right now or today, other organizers for this meeting. I'm not going to take much of welcoming everyone, but again, thanks for all efforts to bring us from the Middle East area and Arab area to know and meet each other.
Thank you, Professor.
دكتور راد كان الصوت انقطع.
It seems I had disconnected for a few seconds.
Now we can hear you. No.
Okay, my question to you, Dr. Yusuf, if you hear me,
yes.
I just get to know that as a Turkey, I mean a country, do you have an organization or any governmental body entitled to national breeding programs in general, which you might refer your results or somehow the national program such you have presented follow a specific strategy, which is usually in developed country there are international or national organization entitled to any activities of breeding. In terms of small ruminants, small ruminants in our countries can be relied on for good share in food security.
Thank you, Professor. Your question. I think so. Yes, our country is open to share this project. I think, but I ask to how to connect the national and international networks. This project is so important projects our Turkey because national gene researchers with products and to develop and to produce some productions from them. I think so. Yes, will be open because our country will do another project to be support livestock study, livestock area, I think.
Okay, yeah. What I received from you that there is an organization care of breeding in general in Turkey.
Yes, it is so general breeding strategy for Turkey.
Okay.
We have the methods to
Yusuf, I think Dr. Raed wants to say that whether you have an institution that mainly work for breeding program. Is it right, Dr. Raed? This is your question? Yeah.
So,
you have
sort
a separate
sort of
body, just only
national plan.
One.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey has a national plan for breeding in general, and might be in details there are something care about small ruminants breeding. So you are following this sort of strategies that's known worldwide or not? That's what what I get to know. But it seems that you have.
They have
because
yes.
If you have it, I have to ask you another question.
I think I would like to say yes.
Okay, because what I have noted from one of the table that you are following three main lines for breeding, which is meat, milk, and dual purpose, both of meat and milk. Does it these?
All of. I would like to share my presentation.
No, I know that I have seen the table, but what I would like you to ask whether these breeding objectives for these projects are matching what is called or what is known as a national breeding objectives objective. That's what I would like to know, because you know some countries are worldwide countries, mainly developing countries, are focusing more on wool out of sheep, some of them meat out of sheep. So does it Turkey following breeding or main breeding objectives, what sometimes we call it breeding goals, specific breeding goals, do that type of plans available, and it is has been within a specific strategy, and to achieve it you have this and that of tools as well as requirements.
Dear professor, I get your question, and I would like to say this is national strategy our country. This is national project. It starts 2005. In 2005, we get some good values, long time, and then we can do another project to support in animals breeding sector, and then we will share with.
Can I rephrase Dr. Raed again? Rephrase his question.
Right,
Yusuf. Dr. Raed, question is whether you have a main objective. Have you stated a main objective for breeding strategies in Turkey? You have your national breeding program, is it right? Whether it is approved by this national, you have the main objective and the specific objective for the different breeds that found there. Now I can imagine that you have certain breeds that use for the main objective for it just only to go to improve the meat production, and others for dairy production, and the others for mohair, as we see from the goat. Now, you have an overall objective or not? This is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. English
I
language.
think Dr. Khalil make it simple for both
Yes.
of us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just a facilitator. I'm facilitator now, you know.
Thanks. You're good, good in that.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's so objective. Dr. Ali's set abstract our projects. I think I would like to say yes, it's so objective project for Turkey.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you have
thanks.
okay. Any questions? Actually, my master students are joining us now. They are with us in this meeting, and I hope to see some questions raised from those students.
Guys, I have to leave. I have to leave. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello,
We'll
Doctor.
meet in
You're welcome.
Dr. Ali.
Muhyiddin. Thank you, Dr. Rad. Many thanks.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you for joining us. Okay.
Yes, doctor.
So maybe if you have any question, you can you can ask Yusuf if you have any interventions, any things. So maybe I will ask now, just to give them the ideas. Yusuf, you mentioned that you have the marker assisted selection program. Is it right? Or you are aiming to apply this in Turkey now, or the genomic selection that are you depending on just only the whole genome, or specific, you will depend on the specific regions or specific genes that related to your economic traits that are targeting? What kind of marker assisted selection that will be used, or the genomic selection that will be used in the future?
Dr. Ali, thank you so much this question. Inshallah, we will do the project, whole genome project to affect the higher production, directly affecting higher for finances, because we need to these finances value for textile industry wants to us to get the good quality mobile. We did the phenotypic selection. It's okay. It's time to start genomic selection to whole genome selection to explain our national shape. This is our national shape or goats. This is sheep wool parameter is so good. We're getting the values, good values, and then to continue next generation goats and sheep. We select and then put in farms to continue to produce these values.
Okay. Okay, very nice, very nice. So from your answer, I can say that I can summarize it that the first phase, I can say it is a phenotypic characterization. You need to see to the baseline of the productivity of all animals and all traits. Then you will go directly to the genomic or genetic selection based on the genetic information. You may go further to estimate the heritability, the breeding values, and also go to the genomic breeding values further. And finally, I hope that you can reach what we call the genomic selection, which based on the SNPs informations that will facilitate the improvement, facilitate the genetic improvement, and you will gain more through this genetic selection procedure. This is very nice. I can imagine the hard work again. Your work is very, very appreciated. Actually, you spend a lot of money on it. You have a lot of teams that scattered all around or distributed all around the country that collect the informations and typing the data, analyze the data, and go directly for selection. And actually, the main or the hard work in this thing, how can you convince the farmers to share or to start working with you in this thing? Because the farmers usually depend on their point of view that usually is not coincide with the researcher. It is a very hard work again, and
it's so hard to work in this project.
Okay, so questions? Dr. Rida, are you with us? Dr. Rida? Okay, if there's no questions,
Thank you so much.
Ghassan, do you have questions? Ghassan Khafaja? No?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, do you have any question, any interventions, anything?
No.
Jumana? Okay, finally, I would like to thank you all for your participation, actually. As I said previously, this is our 5th or 6th meeting, and we have also in the second meeting that will be conducted later.
Dr. Khalid?
Okay, Doctor, maybe we have a question from Muhyiddin. Muhyiddin, you can ask now. You can go directly.
Yes, good evening, Yusuf.
Okay.
I had a question about the elite traits that you have mentioned. I see that you have selected multi-traits in order to establish your breeding program. And I wanted to know what kind of parameter that you have used to select to say that these traits are these animals are elite or are just original.
Dr. Halil, I didn't answer the question. Internet connection. So
maybe he is asking about the different traits or the objective or the criteria that used for the selection procedure.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Repeat, please, Dr. Halil.
The selection criteria that used for selection. The selection criteria, the traits that included in your selection program.
Dr. Halil, we know we want to go to which way. We choose the ways. We give we give so important our national animals. We know these are so important for us. Because you know the climate change is going. We don't know we don't know how to go to next time. So we choose selected breeding programs in national animals. We will use these national programs on these our animals.
So you select based on the average of your national hometown animals, based on the average.
Yes. These all of our hometown animals. They are so important for us. We know. We want to transfer to next generation.
Okay. Questions? Any questions? Muhyiddin, have you got the answer, or you want
yes,
more?
Doctor. No, yes. I'm satisfied. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Yusuf, for your fruitful, informative presentation. And I hope that to see some also extra results regarding those breeding programs, and hoping to see a genomic selection program that applied there in Turkey, because it's very optimistic thing. So our next presenter will be Dr. Ja'far. Dr. Ja'far, are you with us? Dr. Ja'far Khazali, he will give us a presentation regarding the factor contributing to the sustainability of small ruminants production. So Dr. Ja'far, get ready to be the second or the next presenter in our network. So again, Dr. Yusuf, many thanks. I would like also to thank Arinina and all the audience, all the members, and also all the participants that have participated in this presentation, and hoping to see you in the future. Many thanks again, Dr. Yusuf, and if you have any word to the audience, you can, the floor is yours now.
Thank you so much for your time. It's so good meetings you are doing. Thank you for this chance. I am so happy with you, all of you. Thank you so much.
Actually, it's our pleasure to be with us. Actually, we are fortunate to have you with us to give us those informations. Many thanks, and I think if you don't have any interventions, any questions, any things, we have to stop the presentation and see you next time. Many thanks and bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.